r/place. Boy, oh boy, was that a place. Anyway, r/place is your favorite weird art project data mining thing by Reddit that they do every 5-ish years. It's pretty cool, and there's an r/place iceberg mere days after it's finished, so even though this is probably coming out about a month after the whiteout happened and r/place died, I'm still making a video on it because it's a relevant topic and it's cool. So welcome to the r/place iceberg. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Buckle your fuckles, get cozy, get comfortable, and let's just dive right on in. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, r/place is this weird social experiment canvas data mining thing where you have a pixel art canvas where you, a user, can place a pixel every few minutes, and you can use it to make art like this or this. There's a lot of different renditions of how r/place turned out. So that's pretty neat, and I figured I'd explain that before I went in and explained what an iceberg is, because just about everyone and their mother and their mother's dead cat knows what an iceberg is at this point. If you don't know, you ought to feel ashamed of yourself. Half joking. Now, with this, everything everyone knows is going to be at the top of the iceberg. Everything no one knows is going to be at the bottom of the iceberg, because you see the top of the iceberg, you don't see the bottom of an iceberg. Wham bam, thank you, man, we got that one done. Now, thank you so much for clicking on this video, thank you for watching, and without further ado, let's get right on into it. This is Level 1. First up, we have the Whiteout. So, the Whiteout was the slow and tragic, well, not so slow, but tragic death of r/place as a canvas. r/place itself was a digital canvas where Redditors could place one pixel every few minutes to create art, and it was very, very cool. Images are being provided courtesy of Linthari. Thank you, Linthari. Everyone thank Linthari. And the Whiteout was when Reddit was like, okay, we're done now, and they slowly replaced everything with white to make you cry and kick you in the balls emotionally, because that's everyone's favorite thing to do to you, dear viewer. Even me. I'm just waiting. r/place lagged the entirety of Reddit. Now, I can't confirm this because I'm on Reddit very sparsely. I did notice r/place though and was like, that's neat, I'm gonna place a few pixels, and then people came and fucked my shit up. Because people are like that, I guess. It's possible, you know, suddenly having some of your servers being used for, like, a giant canvas that all 300 million of your users can interact with. That's probably a little taxing, a little difficult, probably a little bit of lag, but again, I can't confirm this, so I'm not going to go ahead and say with confidence that yes, it did. Anime. Everybody loves anime. If you look at the r/place canvas, there is a lot of anime, because people watch anime, they see the wacky, wonky cartoon characters, and they're like, oh boy, I love these little guys. And then they go and they talk about their love of those little guys on Reddit, sometimes not in the most wholesome ways. R34! So, yeah, there's a lot of anime on the canvas, which I think is pretty cool. It's very neat how all these communities came together to produce art, and I really appreciated seeing it and being a part of it. Even the anime stuff. r/place 2017. That's right, in 2017, they did it. They made Place. Place has been this weird, neat little bookmark in Reddit's history since then, and it was very cool to see it suddenly come back, because a lot of people either, one, forgot about it, or two, didn't expect them to ever do it again. There was obviously a lot of bots. There's a lot of bots on Reddit, on every social media site nowadays, as the people running these bots get more and more advanced, and the websites that have these bots try to keep up. Now, botting on r/place, depending on who you ask, was either not that big of a problem or a huge problem. Reddit was watching out for bots and did have ways to deter them, but also people with bots could do basically whatever they wanted, as having multiple accounts allowed you to easily bypass the 5-minute rule for placing pixels. Discord servers. Discord, the groomer app. Discord is it's a communication app or website, depending on how you use it. I personally don't use the app on my PC because that would fucking nuke my RAM. But Discord servers are an easy way to communicate with a lot of people. Now, obviously, get a lot of people into one area, r/place, and they're going to find ways to communicate and coordinate, which is what Discord servers did. People on Discord servers would plan out a place on r/place, and they would go ahead and they would draw it out. They'd have these grand schemes, and as r/place progressed, fucking World War II D-Day level type planning. But yeah, Discord servers were used for all of that, and I would say integral to r/place. Nudity. Did you see how many fucking cocks were drawn on r/place? There was so much cock and cum. It was unreal. I don't understand it. Why? Like, boobs is one thing. Everyone loves boobs, but cock, balls, cum, assholes, shit? Reddit, what are you doing? Well, we all know what they were doing. But yes, nudity was featured on r/place. Some of it was censored, some of it was not. It was kind of just the Wild West. And you probably saw more than one Among Us character with a fat dick. Weirdly enough. If I had a nickel, I'd have 2 nickels for every cocked Among Us character I saw, which is not a lot, but it sure is weird it's happened twice. Blue Corner. Now, obviously in r/place, it's basically just fucking tribalism. It's people fighting wars over territory. Primordial monkey stuff, basically. But the Blue Corner was a group of people dedicated to keeping the lower right corner of the canvas blue at all times. Now, I spent most of my time on r/place fucking with the Blue Corner. Just basically going in and placing a not blue tile, and they were very dedicated. That corner was going to stay blue until XQC happened, but we'll get into that. Genshit. Now, Genshin Impact is a popular game that is another one of those things I have also deemed groomer status, much like Discord. I personally don't play it, but I have close friends who do. Doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. Genshin, obviously having such a large community, decided, hey, let's get this shit up on r/place. And so they did. And then everyone else decided to do a little bit of trolling. Genshit was the first of such trolls made against the Genshin community. It went from Genshin to Genshit to gay shits to Shrek? I don't know how or why, but somehow Shrek was brought up in there. So, yeah. Anti-flag movement. This is a movement I can agree with. You know what I thought when I was on r/place? There's too many fucking flags. Countries need to stop. Nationalism? Not allowed. That's for fucking losers. Imagine liking a piece of land so much, you get this dumb little scrap of fabric and you're like, "Ooh, look at my flag!" Annoying as all hell, obviously. Now, the anti-flag movement was just people who actually had the sentiment of which I just sarcastically brought up. They just didn't like flags. And, I mean, it was pretty annoying. I mean, people were just stretching those flags on forever. The way that Germany just came through and just fucking bulldozed new land whenever they could, it was bizarre. Now, what I did like was the people fucking with the United States flag. That was great. Canada leaf. The Canadians were not capable of drawing the fucking maple leaf. As you can see on screen here, they were just bad at it. Bananas really could not draw the banana leaf. Yeah, no, the maple leaf is already hard enough to draw, I guess, and then we had all of Reddit trolling them. And for a while, Canada was changed to bananas, and they had a banana on their flag. Talk about a banana republic. Among Us. The pinnacle of 12-year-old humor. Amogus. Now, Among Us was literally everywhere on r/place. As a matter of fact, it was very common for people to take to already drawn and shaded images and add little Among Us characters. And they would be so small you wouldn't even notice it unless you zoomed in and you were like, "You son of a fucking bitch!" as soon as you were got. It was annoying, really. I imagine the people who actually made the art must have been very pleased to see that their hard work had just been relegated to Amogus. The Void. The Void was another one of those factions, the same way that everyone was in a faction of some sort. But the Void is by far my favorite faction. This is because the Void was a faction dedicated to going around and fucking shit up. They would just black shit out. All black, and then draw random shit inside that blackness they created, and then they'd flee. Unlike other places where if you took their spot and nuked them, they were basically done, the Void was liquid, it was fluid, it terrorized indiscriminately, and I loved it. Flags. There were flags everywhere. It called that shit a fucking UN meeting, the way there were flags everywhere. People had flags for all kinds of shit. Gay flag, trans flag, those were up there, and those were like among two, if not the only two, non-country flags, because all the other flags we had were France, Italy, Mexico, I'm pretty sure at some point Brazil, America, Ukraine, Serbia, bananas. There was just flags everywhere. It was, I don't know who decided, oh boy, a canvas, time to draw flags. I don't know who decided that, but good on ya. Streamers starting conflict. Most specifically XQC, the most infamous of this. Streamers would go onto r/place, and because streamers on Twitch are, Twitch is a much different place than YouTube. On YouTube, this video could be 6 years old and you could be watching it all the way in the far-off year of 2028. But streaming is much more fast. What you're streaming has to be relevant, or you have to be a very powerful personality. And thus, a lot of streamers flock to r/place to do as they did, which is find the most relevant topic and milk it for content. So streamers would go into r/place, and using their legions of followers and people who throw money at them, they would go and fuck shit up. And unlike the Void, where it's funny because it's nameless, it's faceless, it's just a random fluid of black pixels ruining your day, this time it had a face, and that took away from the humor, because streamers deliberately fucking up someone else's shit was kind of annoying. Level 2. Alright, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for that. I very much so appreciate it. So, thank you for watching this far. Thank you for hopefully sticking around. Thanks to my editor for putting this video together. And now without further ado, I'm going to stop acting like this is the end of the video. Buckle your fuckles, we're getting into the rest of it. Foreign streamers. Now, whatever nation you were in, there was probably streamers of a different nation in r/place. Now, if you have a US-centric based, or continental United America, there we go, that's the word, continental American-based idea of foreign, there were Turkish streamers specifically fighting against XQC as he was waging war with the entirety of Turkey. There were, of course, Canadian streamers for those in the United States. Moist Critical, a US representative who, for whatever ungodly reason, is in Florida, I believe. He was also here. Moist Critical is the only good part about Florida. We need to salvage that man, and the rest of the state needs to go. I can't wait for it to sink into the fucking sea where it belongs. Anyway, foreign streamers were making content because content creators, regardless of nationality, love relevant topics. Snoo in the top left. Linthari, go ahead and confirm for me, because you're the one editing and also have the most r/place footage. Was there a snoo in the top left? Her answer should go here. Thanks, Linthari. The Void Mother. This lovely piece of art was supposedly the Void Mother, and if we zoom in here, we just take a closer look, you can see it's fucking Among Us! God damn it! Also, to that Tesla badge right there, fuck Tesla. All my homies hate Tesla. Shitty cars with the tendency to fucking explode. Hidden Among Us. In case you didn't catch the last entry, there's Among Us hidden in everything in r/place, because I swear to God, Reddit is the pinnacle of, like, edgy 13-year-old humor. I'm so different from everyone else, and then they do the same unfunny shit that everyone else was doing 4 months ago. Like Amogus. Osu is the most botted art. And then in parentheses, not true. I got no clue, man. I can't really verify or deny bot allegations. I am not the admins of Reddit, and it's really not that deep. There were bots, sure, but not nearly as many bots as some people were claiming. Were bots there? Yeah. Do I think that bots are responsible for entire communities' art? Nah. Admins censored to be but. That was a chain of words I never expected to put into a sentence, much less get paid to do so. That's a fucking weird entry. Alright, so, when the canvas expanded the third time, the French claimed a larger portion of the area, which is very un-France-like, because normally French is known for surrender. Anyway, the French made a bigger flag, slapped the Eiffel Tower on it, went to bed. Then, fans of a streamer decided that, hey, you know what? This Eiffel Tower on the flag, mid. You know what would make it great? A woman's ass. And so, like the horny teenagers they surely were, they drew a very detailed woman's ass. And it stayed that way for a while. Until people started drawing cock and balls, because once again, Reddit loves cock. Now with this, the admins decided, hey, whoa, this is bad for advertisers. I can tolerate the sexualization of women, but don't you dare put a penis within my fucking eyesight. And they started cleaning it up, or so the story goes. The people who contributed to the making of the ass supposedly received a 100k hour ban, and the ass was removed, replaced once more by the Eiffel Tower. Rainbow Road enough. Now, I couldn't find the exact thing this might be referring to, but let's just say Rainbow Road was one of those factions, much like the Void or Green Lattice or the Blue Corner, that was there last year. And oh boy, 5 years ago did discourse get heated. Some fucking... Just take a look at this little exchange here. You know, this is incredible, truly. Now, of course, r/place being this kind of war zone of people trying to, you know, do shit, there are, of course, going to be some disagreements. Now, there is an actual official Rainbow Road subreddit, that's the word. And you could see that in 2022, if I can ever get to this point in the video, Jesus Christ, there we go, that they did have their own little segment. Was not very big, they did not do very much, but it was there. So whether this is a reference to 2017 or 2022, I got no idea, but obviously, people at some point had enough of Rainbow Road just simply existing. So isn't that good for them? Isn't that great for them? Lemons. In the research for this video, I only found reference to this, a mysterious lemon that just appeared. People were writing on it, but it was just a lemon. XQC tried to attack it, and didn't work out very well for him. The lemon prevailed, much like the Turkish people. So, lemons. There were lemons. They were there. Isn't that great? Israel flag conflict. Oh boy. You know, there are some topics that I talk about online that are a loaded gun. This is not a loaded gun. This is a loaded nuclear warhead, so I am not going to give my opinion. I'm just going to state what this entry is about and we're moving on. So, the Israel flag conflict on r/place started when Israel decided, hey, this is pretty neat. What if we had our flag? And then they put it there. And then, volume warning, the Palestinians saw this, and they were like, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck did this? And, obviously, they got rid of it. And then Israel was like, hey, we don't like that. And they rebuilt it, and then they fought over it, and then Turkey was involved somehow. Turkey, for whatever reason, wound up playing a massive role in r/place, so that's cool. But yeah, that's the Israel flag conflict. Not getting political here. Not this time. Massive French flag and war. Like I said, the French, they did something the French normally don't do. Win. So, when it came time for the canvas to expand, they made a bigger flag, and they had a big-ass flag, and this caused some communities to, you know, hey, why do they get such a big flag? And then there was war, because r/place was basically just recreational brigading of other communities' spaces, and I was all there for it. Serbian flags misidentified. On screen, on the left, we have a Serbian flag. On screen, on the right, we have a Russian flag. Very easy to mix those two up, huh? And with the massive anti-Russian sentiment online, that would have the 50s with their Red Scare cream in their pants, because oh my god, has the average Westerner never hated Russia more. It's very easy to get those two mixed up, and a lot of vitriol to be blasted in someone's direction who isn't entirely deserving. So the Serbian flags were obliterated at first because people did not know that this was not the Russian flag. They were like, those fucking commies! They have the nerve! And then they destroyed the flags. And then the Serbs were like, hey guys, we're not Russian. And then they were back. Very interesting how whole little wars broke out on this small place. Like I said, recreational brigading. Last up on this level, we got mods cheating. The mods, they did cheat, or at least one of them did, and they were caught doing so. And then they tried to censor it. It was very funny. But nope, we got your ass. Now, in one of the dozens, if not hundreds, of drama posts that were on r/subreddit drama and r/place, we can even see a Reddit admin, Red Taboo, commenting, hey everyone, what you're seeing here is some of the simple moderation tools we have available to admins for this event. A small number of us have been utilizing this in order to keep the canvas safe for everyone. While we understand some of you are concerned for this, or by this, we hope you continue to enjoy the space for what it is. A chance for many of you to come together and create a beautiful scene. Yeah, no, it just... It looks like bro was just having some fun. User Shabur here was just doing a little bit of trolling. This is really keeping the canvas safe if you watch the video. Honestly. And we can see by the 1,644 replies that there was some discussions. So you're saying that the white space on the canvas was unsafe. Wrong, you're, by the way, Lazy Tomatillo 7840. You ought to be ashamed. But yeah, that white space was really unsafe. And then, of course, Dave, man, then why ban people for talking about it? And nah, that's fucking bullshit. And, of course, please stop with cookie-cutter responses, and it's totally against the point, makes everything questionable. Bad idea, especially to reveal this now halfway through the event. Lol, what? She was erasing a picture of a cartoon kitten. And then there's one the official Reddit Twitter account tweeted about. Let's see where this goes. A masterpiece. Interesting. Yeah. It's really... I love how everyone just clapped back to, just say, yeah, this is bullshit and we all know it. But yeah, let me tell you, that white space was dangerous. It was threatening.
Hey, Quandale Dingo here. I just escaped prison. I am staying at my friend Juandale Pringle's house. As I was running away from cops, I fell and scraped some of my...
The Hand. The Hand was the last major art piece made before the demise of r/place. It was another one of those void art things that arose, and if you go all the way down to the bottom level, of this iceberg, you can actually see a nice little picture of it in the sidebar. Isn't that cool? People in coordination Discord servers crying in voice chat during the whiteout. I've never touched the Groomer app once in my life and definitely do not have a Discord server. You should go ahead and check out and join if you're interested in that. But supposedly this entry throws forth the idea that people in coordination Discord servers were crying as the whiteout went, which is fair, such as the way of the internet, that people get very attached to something very fast, and then suddenly it fucking dies, and it's tragic and you're sad. Imagine fighting for these days to keep your nice, cute little art safe, and then it's just fucking deceased. Reddit just obliterates it, and all of your hopes in the process. What happens then? Well, you cry, and I can understand that. QR codes. Now, one community did try making a QR code work in r/place. Now, obviously, due to the chaotic nature of place and how it's just casual brigading, it was very difficult, but they did get it working. What did that QR code lead you to? It led to this. Nudity art creators banned for 15 years. Now, I talked about this on the 2B ass entry. Nudity art creators were not liked by Reddit because that's very bad for advertisements. And as we all know, advertisements are king. Advertisements are above king. They're above president. They're above the tooth fairy. They're above the Queen of England. Advertisers are actually gods, at least according to big companies. But they were banned for 15 years. Now, I mentioned in the 2B ass entry that it was 100k hours, so I'm going to go ahead and Google a quick conversion.
A few moments later.
Now, the conversion for 100,000 hours is 11.41 years, but either way, r/place is, one canvas will not last that long, so it's safe to say that that may as well have been a permaban. This cute, fuzzy, and adorable abomination and horror beyond your comprehension is known as the Voidcat, which is the topic of this entry. Isn't it just lovely? Don't you look at that and think, wow, that's a friend? 'Cause I do. I don't feel threatened by this thing's presence or bleeding smile at all. Those eyes aren't deeply unnerving, peering into your soul, watching you whatever way you turn. Not at all. 4chan attacks. Now, r/place was just casual brigading for babies, an idiot's guide to brigades. And what is 4chan known for? Brigading. A little bit of trolling. Being idiots. So 4chan obviously glibble-globbled that shit up. And they were like, hey, let's go raid this canvas. And add like 7 slurs to that sentence and you have average 4chaners speaking. Now, of course, it didn't work. 4chaners are not unified enough. The site as a whole is just too sparsely spread, and thus the 4chan attacks flopped. But they did do some things. They definitely had an effect. Streamers destroyed Itka Memorial. For those unaware, because it was, strangely enough, a long time ago in terms of internet memory, Itka was a content creator who tragically committed suicide and is no longer with us. Now, of course, r/place did feature a nice memorial to him, a memento mori, in a sense. Must be strange hearing that phrase outside of my outros. But anyway, as XQC's reign of terror strung through the canvas, his viewers were not very respectful. Them all being 12 to 15-year-olds didn't really help. A lot of them did not know who Itka was, and a lot of them did not care. And thus, XQC's audience wrecked the Itka Memorial. Now, the concept that the streamer XQC had the memorial destroyed for his shits and giggles, this is not true. He did specifically ask his audience to leave that one alone. However, audiences have this nifty little problem of just not fucking listening. It's like herding cats trying to tell a YouTube or Twitch audience to do something. Well, maybe not hurting cats, because a lot of them will do it. But some of them are just contrarian assholes. You know who you are, you bastards. Turkey beat XQC with almost no bots. Now, like I said, Turkey had a huge role in this event, and obviously XQC, being a menace, the villain of this anime arc, he decided he was gonna fucking obliterate Turkey's flag, because who the fuck cares about Turkey? Well, it turns out Turkish nationalism is strong, hence a backlash every time you mention the Armenian genocide, which did happen. Anyway, the Turkish beat XQC's mob with almost no bots on their side. They managed to single-handedly rally against XQC and managed to push him back and keep their flag and even grow it, and XQC had to move on because the Turkish mob was just not letting that man win, which kudos to them for that. There's also just the fact that Turkish nationalists have single-handedly annoyed all of fucking Europe with soccer, because Turkey #1 for sure, totally. It's just, Turkey stans are annoying as fuck, okay? I think calling them nationalists doesn't really do it a justice, because nationalists, that's just too official. Calling fans of a nation stans puts into perspective just how obnoxious they really are. Because there are some people who comment, "Ooh, yeah, my nation #1! Like, if I said some shit about the United States, which I do frequently, I have gotten comments about, like, how dare you? Which, oh well, what the fuck ever. You could say that about any country, and eventually country stans are going to jump in, which is why Turkey was able to win. It's admirable that they managed to beat back XQC, because XQC was being annoying as all hell, but they only did it because they were an equally annoying force. So yeah, Turkish stans beat back XQC. Confused bots still fighting during the Whiteout. Now, the Whiteout was when the only color you were allowed to place anymore was just the color white. Now, this entry speculates that it was bots that caused a lot of the Whiteout by still fighting and inadvertently placing white. Again, I don't know how much of it was bots. I know that every website has a bot problem. You should see how many bot comments I get. I just can't verify it, so I can't really comment on it. Were bots still fighting during the Whiteout? Yeah, I mean, there were probably bots that were still doing as they were programmed. Of course, I imagine a bot would freak the fuck out when it can't place the color it's supposed to. Hence the whole, them just not doing anything thing. I think that, the bots were not as big as a deal as the OP of this iceberg intends to present, but I also did not participate that much in r/place, so I got no idea. 13,000 hour cooldown. Now, the 13,000 hour cooldown came if Reddit suspected you were a bot and they cracked down on your ass, really just busted your nutsack wide open and said, "Scream in agony now, bitch." The 13,000 hour cooldown was their anti-bot measure. If it was a bot account or an account made just to place on r/place, wham! No more for you. 13,000 hour cooldown. Go sit in the fucking timeout corner and watch everyone else have fun, bozo. Massive Ukraine flag quickly destroyed. Such is the tendency with r/place that as soon as canvas opens up, flags take it, and then the flags are consumed and made much smaller because, Jesus fucking Christ nation, you do not need that much space. And Ukraine was no different. The Ukrainian flag did fly very proudly in r/place. Slava Ukraini, Godspeed to them. However, it was not as big as when it started. The Ukrainian flag was made big and then it was consumed, which is how r/place does things. Or did things. They're not doing things anymore, are they? Baguettes. Baguettes started appearing everywhere. Supposedly it was French people doing a little bit of trolling, but as we all know, the French obviously can't take a joke, so how could they possibly make them? That in and of itself is a joke against the French. What are they gonna do? Fly a white flag at me? I imagine French viewers of this channel must not like my constant jokes at their expense. Thank you, France, for the jokes and the wine. Belgium and Germany confusion. Now, obviously, again with the flag thing, there was a little bit of confusion between the country that makes chocolates and the country that invaded all of Europe twice. And thus, confusion transpired. Canvas wouldn't have ended if we stopped placing pixels. Now this is technically true after the whiteout started. If everyone had collectively realized, oh shit, if we place pixels, the canvas is gonna die, and then stopped placing pixels because the only pixels they could place were white, well, it would have never gone away, because the art would still be there, and it would have never gone fully white, and theoretically Reddit would not have ended it. The problem is getting everyone to do that. Again, like herding cats, the fucking lot of yous. People do not agree on anything. Non-Nazi swastikas. YouTube monetizer's favorite guy with a mustache who he did not like people of a specific religious orientation. Hitler. I'm dancing around saying Hitler. Hitler really fucked up the reputation of the swastika. The swastika was a symbol of peace and of prosperity and was used throughout the world for centuries, millennium even. And then Nazi Germany came in and they just... The swastika couldn't really bounce back from that for obvious reasons, but neatly enough, the non-Nazi swastika was used in artwork in r/place, which I think is actually pretty cool that we're in real time seeing the reclamation of what was once a hate symbol and having it being turned back into what it once was, which is a symbol of peace and prosperity.
And with that, we're on to level 4. Now I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and have myself a nice break. Oh boy, I love these stairs. Hopefully nothing...
Definitely did not fall down my stairs 4 times to get the right take for that last clip. Hollow Knight Elden Ring Alliance. Hollow Knight and Elden Ring game communities formed a neat little alliance to protect each other from brigaders during the warfare that was r/place. And that peace, it truly lasted. Unlike Europe in 1914, everything was well. And Hollow Knight even went on to try and pull a Germany and swish kebab everything. But Elden Ring was safe, because Hollow Knight and Elden Ring were cool. US flag was surprisingly small. The same way you might find certain cars surprisingly small, or certain porn stars' dicks surprisingly small, because you can do a lot with a camera, the US flag was not that big this time around, and this is because of trolling. It's because of trolling. Okay, you have people on the internet constantly screeching about how USA #1, America is just the greatest place. We go into debt when we break a fucking bone and we shoot ourselves with our 20 trillion guns, and everyone has diabetes because of McDonald's cheeseburger. And, you know, hearing that all the time online, as a resident of a different country, as a resident of the United States, it must and it does get very annoying very fast, especially because of the internet's very US-centric view. So the US flag was surprisingly small because people just had it with the United States bullshit, and they did not let the flag get big, which good on ya, lads, lasses, and landbies, good on ya. Final pixel was black/100% void. Now this entry is the speculation that the last pixel with color placed was a black one or a pixel aligned with the void faction. Can I prove this? I mean, yeah, if I wanted to spend like hours sifting through every single fucking still frame of the final r/place frame and the thousands of pixels there, oh yeah, I totally could verify this. But I don't have months to spend on this iceberg, so I will not be doing that. And thus, I will label this complete speculation. Is that what happens? Maybe, I don't know. Enough was supposed to say enough flags. Now, if you look at the enough down there, you can kind of see that it's a little oingo boingo. It's a little weird. It gets all colored out before, whatever was being written was finished. Now, it kind of looks like there was an F that was supposed to be written there. you can sort of see the skeleton forming, but other factions came through, wiped out the enough, and we don't know what it was supposed to say. We just know that it said enough. Every 5 years. The last time r/place had a canvas on it was 5 years ago in 2017. Yes, that's right, 2017 was 5 years ago. Isn't that fucking kooky? Now, is that how it operates? I don't know. I guess we'll see in 2027, but I cannot say for certain. It might just be a random thing, or maybe Reddit just does it every 5 years, in which case, wonky, but alright. Couldn't they have picked a better year than 2017 and 2022? Characters shitting themselves, specifically when they drew Widow, I think it is, from Overwatch. They did have a little bit of poopy coming out of those very well drawn ass cheeks. I contributed to that. I was helping to put it there. I thought it was kind of funny because we clearly have down horrendous gamers trying to horny post on the canvas, and I was ruining it with shit. Are some people into that? Yes, those people don't get human rights. They're subhuman to me, and thus, nothing of value is lost by adding shit to the characters, added clearly to just appeal to horny people. Failed Void Blue Corner merge. Now, this entry speculates that the Void and the Blue Corner were intending to merge. This is not true. The Blue Corner was attacked by XQC, and the Blue Corner, realizing that they could not save their Blue Corner, called upon the Void. The Void, being fluid chaos, came through, fucked up XQC, and then moved on to other things. And thus the Blue Corner was capable of rebuilding because they basically used the Void as a kamikaze attack to destroy both themselves and XQC so they could rebuild the Blue Corner. Waldo kills the Moon Lord. I have no fucking clue what this is supposed to mean. Honestly, there's some sentences that I string together while making these YouTube videos that make zero goddamn sense, and I'm able to roll with it because the first rule of improv is do not deny. But I will be completely honest, I have no fucking clue what Waldo kills the Moon Lord is getting at. I googled it because I couldn't find an explanation in the comments, and this is the first thing that came up. Who the fuck is a Moon Lord? I don't know. Why is Waldo killing him? I don't know. For yes is what the title says, so I guess yes put Waldo up to killing the Moon Lord. Seems a bit villainous of you to be a gun for hire, Waldo, but okay. Okay. France was the most botted. Again, speculation on bots. I got no fucking clue, no commentary to add. I mean, it seems like bots appear to be the Bigfoot of r/place. You know, stuff in your camp comes up missing. Oh my god, it was the bots! Come added to your favorite character. The robots did it! You know, I mean, it's just an easy way to accuse other... It's an easy way to pass blame off of a human being, because you don't want to think, human beings did this. This community is definitely strong enough. You want your opponent to be small, puny, a little bitch boy that you can kick around. The idea that your opponent is a big, beefy lad, or lass, or la-enby, is kind of terrifying. The concept of facing something bigger and stronger than you is not one that many people want to face off with. So, it seems that a lot of these communities were accusing their foes of having bots rather than accept that the community was just that dedicated. Again, bots have been a problem online, but I don't think they were that much of a problem. Were there new accounts and alt accounts made? Yeah, I saw that happening. Were there some bots? Yes. Do I think France did what they did because of bots? No, and I think it's a little silly and stupid to claim that. Fuck NFTs censored. Now, there was this neat little space on r/place that said fuck NFTs, because NFTs are... it's a scam. And that's all that really needs to be said about it. If you think purchasing a receipt has any fucking value, you are not very good with economics. And I can say that with confidence. NFTs seem like something Ronald Reagan would approve of, and as we all know, we fucking hate Ronald Reagan around these parts, so that tells you everything you need to know about NFTs. Now, why was fuck NFTs censored? Because salty fanboys who think that owning the receipts is a good idea, they did not like that, and thus they covered up the fuck NFTs and made something else. But the fact still remains that some morons willingly spent $2 million on not a screenshot, but a receipt that says, yeah, bro, you totally own the screenshot, but also you don't have the rights to this screenshot and you can do nothing with it. So, fuck NFTs was censored. Stay salty, NFT fanboys. You've been fucking scammed, and we all know it. Void infighting. A group as chaotic, as menacing as the Void cannot stay unified. The Void had one goal: fuck shit up. If the Void was doing too well, the Void would fuck Void's shit up, and thus there was a lot of infighting within the Void about what happens. Expansions weren't planned from the start. This entry speculates that Reddit admins did not plan to expand the canvas. How true this is, I can't really confirm or deny. I mean, it is possible that they just decided a few days in, hey guys, let's add more space, but it seems a little bit odd that Reddit would just conveniently have the capability to add another canvas without planning it. What I think is more likely is that Reddit had the entire canvas programmed in and instead revealed the first bit of it and then had it roll out to the full canvas over the next few days, just for the sake of entertainment. I don't think they just decided haphazardly to slapdash new canvas programming in. Whiteout revealed which art was the most botted. Now this entry speculates that the Whiteout revealed, because of the fact that pixels could only be white, that bots were placing these pixels still, and thus the white spread the same way that... Not even going to make the joke, I'm just going to let you infer what's white and spreads like a fluid. Anyway, this is a questionable one. You see, the whiteout, it could be the result of bots, and it could be that the biggest communities were all in on it. I just don't think that a bot's code could handle suddenly only having one color. I think that the bot is programmed to defend a certain set space with certain colors, and if it's told you can only pick white now, it's probably going to freak out, or maybe it's going to place white. I don't think so. There's a lot of speculation about bots on this iceberg, but who knows, maybe. And with that, we're on to level 5. You might have thought after the weirdness that was the last 2 level introductions that maybe I'd do something special for this. You'd be wrong, it's just one of these. So thank you so much for still being here, still watching. Let's go ahead and check out what's on the lower depths of this iceberg. r/place was created so Reddit could sell the final canvas as an NFT. Again, NFTs have been the source of a great deal of scams by almost anyone who's willing to scam. I think it's a shitty, cheap, and pathetic thing to do. I don't like that celebrities and YouTubers especially are getting in on it. Entertainment personalities getting involved with what is basically something worse than a pyramid scheme is rather pathetic, and it gives all of us a bad name, and I really hate it. But I honestly would not be surprised if Reddit was just like, buy Redditors, for Redditors, r/place NFTs, get yours now, starting at the low price of whatever they set the price to. It wouldn't be surprising. I don't think it would be legal, because other people made this art, but maybe it is. I don't know. But if it was going to be an NFT, they would have announced it by now. It's been almost a month since r/place ended. So thank God it was not, but it would not have been surprising if they were like, official Reddit NFTs. Fuck you, assholes. We took your hard work and we made it into a cheap, pathetic attempt to get some spare dimes out of you dumb fucks. We make millions of dollars every goddamn month and it's still not enough. You assholes need to pay us directly because we let you sit in your mother's basement and entertain yourself with something so you can fill the sad, pathetic void within you. That's right, buy our non-fungible token. I could easily see Reddit doing that. Reddit admins sure do make some decisions. The hand caused the whiteout. The hand appeared about 1 hour before the whiteout started, and the hand is also completely white, which is not typical for what Void does. So this theory speculates that the hand was actually mods or admins warning us of the whiteout, and that this hand was the whiteout breaching into the reality of r/place and taking it over, consuming it with white. It's possible. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Save trafficked women in China was the least vandalized art. I can't confirm this, so I'll take your word for it, original poster. Among Us placed by admins. This is speculation that the admins were responsible for all the fucking Among Us. It's possible, but I don't think so. Would be pretty funny if they did. Tortilla Land. Again with the discussion around r/place. There's some vitriol about Tortilla Land 2 trampling on the Void art, because the Void did finally manage to establish this big thing, and they did it. What I really love is this poster's text before it. Tortilla Land 2 has to go. It's so ugly. This is just the result of some streamer having a fucking ego trip, and it's trampling on the Void art. And I quote, something that most people came to really appreciate. Can we combine our efforts to get it off the grid? I have no clue what Tortilla Land 2 stands for, but I think it's really... I forgot the word. I remembered the word. Pretentious. It's incredibly pretentious for a member of the fucking Void to be like, oh, but guys, it's so ugly and it's trampling on our art. Help us get rid of it. My brother in Christ, you are part of a faction dedicated to trampling over art. If you cannot take your own medicine, stop being a bitch. Tortilla Land 2, whether or not you're the result of some guy having an ego trip, I stand with you. Tortilla Land is cool. This guy, bit of a whiny take, my man. Makes you look like a baby. Now, there is also accusations that the whole things are just bots, and again, bots are the fucking boogeyman of r/place. Someone does something you don't like, immediate bots. It had to have been bots. How could humans have done this? I also think that it's a bit of a dumb take to accuse it all of bots. I don't know for sure, but it seems a little silly. Last remaining art was Among Us. This entry speculates that the last remaining art was actually Among Us. Again, just like the final pixel was black /100% Void entry, I could confirm this, but I don't have years worth of time to just stare at a canvas without losing my goddamn mind. So I can't confirm this. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it happened? No. XQC death threats. Okay, so XQC did a little bit of trolling, he did a little bit of villainous and heinous actions, and he went through and he fucked up a bunch of people's stuff, which obviously on the internet of all places where people feel like they have the biggest dicks and are the toughest motherfuckers around because you can't see their face, they went on and they said some dumb shit, including death threats. Was XQC being an annoying asshole with how he handled r/place and being there? Oh yeah, totally, he was a prick. Do I think that he deserves to fucking die for it? No. Listen, if you are looking at XQC, the goofy, like, Neanderthal that he is, and you're thinking, like, I'm gonna fucking kill this man, I'm gonna take his life, I'm gonna break into his house, I'm gonna kill his dog, and I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna burn his girlfriend's house down. You need to touch some grass, my brother in Christ. My brother in Allah, you need to take a chill pill. Now, obviously, XQC directly attacking Turkey stands really fueled the death threats thing, because country stands are really annoying and they're really toxic and they have a lot of vitriol, especially a country like Turkey. Again, imagine what happens if you bring up the Armenian genocide and the fact that it did occur. r/place is an experiment on nationalism and tribe mentality. Did you see all the flags around there? Did you see all of the groups that were formed This entry speculates that r/place was merely a social experiment to see how people would gather together, congregate, and act when thrown into a lawless, war-torn land. And it is pretty interesting to see how some places formed alliances, some places specifically were not touched, and how other communities would go to other communities' aids. And basically there would be these mini wars and mini peace treaties, all within this silly, silly little canvas. So is it possible? Yeah. Is it likely? Maybe. r/place could be an experiment on nationalism. I don't think anyone on Reddit, especially the admin team, is looking into it that deeply, and they're like, yes, the data. We have to see how the r/Star Wars members will respond when someone tries drawing hentai next to them. It's science! No one is doing that, but it is a cool thing to watch. Actual Nazi stuff. Now this explanation comes from the actual post that I got this iceberg from, the r/place 2022 iceberg, yada yada yada. Someone comments, Kochki Kitty. The fuck? Kokichi Kitty, there we go. Asking just Nazi stuff, and Doug the MacArthur, not Douglas, responds, swastikas 1488, the usual. r/trees 420 was changed to slur, and H2O, and 1488 a few times. 1488 is a Nazi dog whistle. Swastikas, obviously, if they're the right direction, are used as a Nazi symbol. And then there was also a picture of an SS officer, and Juden was written on the German flag. Juden being a word used to refer to Jewish people, because there was a point in time where, oh boy, did Germany really not like Jewish people, which is actually what inspired my ancestors to flee in the 1930s. Oh boy, did they get out of there just in fucking time. Art created just for time-lapse. Now obviously there was art created for r/place, and obviously this art changed as time passed, leading to what looks like a very large, very cool time-lapse if you have recordings of the entire thing, recordings of which my editor has shamelessly taken and is currently using as the visuals for this video. Big thanks to my editor. So, I mean, it is possible that the art was just there for a time-lapse and that r/place was just there for a really cool time-lapse, but it seems really extra to just do all of that for a silly little time-lapse. I don't know, maybe someone decided to do that. I don't think so, though. After the madness that was the introductions to the last few levels, again, you might have thought that I'd mix it up, really throw the glizzy at you. No, this is just a simple, nice introduction to the last level of the r/place iceberg. We're at the very end, so I hope you liked it. If you did like it, go ahead and press a like button. If you didn't like it, go ahead and press a dislike button. People have completely forgotten what the fuck likes and dislikes are since YouTube banned them. As a matter of fact, it's actually crazy to see how steeply the amount of likes videos are receiving when videos of similar view counts that were posted before dislikes were removed were getting much more likes. So I know it's definitely not a thing on my end. Every content creator so far has reported it. So if you like a video, press it, because liking a video is very good for the algorithm. And as we all know, the algorithm, Big Al be hungry. You gotta feed the man. You know what happens if you don't feed the man? I don't get views, which means nobody new gets to see my videos, which is kind of a sad concept. Imagine living without me. God, to all the people who are not subscribed to me, I must sound like such an egotistical asshole right now. I swear to God, I'm not actually that stuck up. Anyway, I've been talking for long enough, so without further ado, to sound like every other YouTuber in fucking existence who uses adieu, I'm gonna go ahead, shut the hell up, and get into the last level. r/place is a data harvesting scheme. All of Reddit is a data harvesting scheme. All of social media is a data harvesting scheme, and Reddit as a social media platform is not free from the same criticisms. So, yes, correct. Good job. r/place caused real suicides. Now, supposedly a user of the r/trans subreddit saw their flag getting griefed and decided they had enough and self-removed from the game. Now, do I think this is real? Boy, I sure hope it isn't. Is it possible? Weirder has happened, but I don't think this exact instance is true. And if so, I think that they had a lot of other problems in their life affecting them, and it definitely wasn't pixels on a screen that drove them to do it. Sometimes people just have issues, and sometimes small things can be the straw that breaks a camel's back that causes them to decide that it's no longer worth putting up with. But I don't think r/place was a cause of that, and I sure fucking hope it wasn't. Admin sped up the whiteout. Now this entry speculates, if you haven't gotten tired of hearing that for like 30 plus fucking entries, or me just saying fuck, you know, that's the key to comedy, just saying the F word, isn't it? The same repeatable format over and over and over and over. Anyway, admin sped up the whiteout. This entry says that admin sped up the whiteout. Why would they do that? Because they gotta get it all white so they can close it. So they could do that. Maybe they did. Is it likely? Once again, one of those repeatable things that I've said over and over and over and over. It's plausible. I could see them doing that. But I'm not going to put on the tinfoil condom. I'm not going to bust out the, like, genius brain-activating lubricant and smear it all over myself and be like, yes, I've calculated at 300 terabytes per second that this is true. If they did it, they did it. If not, oh well. Almost no religious imagery. There was not a lot of religious shit on r/place, which is great because Jesus is not really hip with the kids anymore. And Islam, despite being a religion of peace, has got some pretty violent problems. Most religions, believe it or not, are kind of really annoying. Like, yes, if you have faith, that's great. I'm very happy for you. Faith is an incredible thing to have. But the simple fact is that religious institutions as a whole are by far one of the most ridiculous, absurd, and evil things humanity has ever produced. You know, everyone laughed at Rick and Morty when they were like, the Catholic Church is the greatest evil society has ever seen. And yeah, their presentation of it was cringe. Most people who will tell you that are cringe. And it's really, really annoying when you have some Reddit fedora-wearing atheist being like, well, actually, Jesus Christ was not real. Listen, whether or not God does or does not exist is irrelevant to me. It's relevant to some people, and I respect that, but you do not need to go just smearing it everywhere, shoving it directly into everyone's asshole. If I am choking on the holy dildo of people talking about Jesus Christ, you're going a little bit too far. So yes, there was almost no religious imagery. Religious communities did not participate, and if they did, they were quickly wiped out, and those that survived were so small that they are not of very much note when it comes to the complete canvas. Is that a bad thing? If you want it to be a bad thing, if you see it as a bad thing, yes, it's a bad thing. But personally, I think it's pretty cool that rather than seeing yet another fucking picture of Jesus Christ, and it's definitely not accurate because for the love of God, Jesus was not some white dude with blue eyes and blonde hair. Jesus was brown as a motherfucker with black hair and probably brown eyes. Just looking at the area he was born in, Jesus was not as white as some people would like to think. So I'm glad we did not have to be forced to sit through yet another one of those drawings. If you like religion, that's great for you. I'm not gonna comment much more on it because I've spoken my opinion. Luckily, there was more opportunities for other art to shine, and we didn't have to see yet another cross somewhere when us poor fucking Americans have to put up with the most annoying Christians 24/7. One Piece Laser. During the final hours of r/place, a One Piece character was made to look as though he was charging up, and when the whiteout started, it was made to look as though he was firing a white laser, which is pretty cool. fake countries and flags. Now, like I said, I did not participate fully in r/place. I was not sitting in, like, a dungeon just at my computer on 27 different Reddit accounts. Just like, yes, I need my time to go down. I was not in the Discords. I was not really... It was just something I did while on break at work. I was, ooh, placing a pixel. That's cool. I like this color. I like this group. I think I'm gonna place a pixel here. That was my participation in r/place. However, the idea of fake countries and flags, albeit hilarious, is not very likely. I didn't see any of this. If there was any instances of this, please correct me down in the comments below. But I don't think it happened. It'd have been pretty fucking funny if it did, though. Jetstream Sam LGBT ally. For whatever reason, there was just Jetstream Sam smiling over the gay flag. And as we all know, Jetstream Sam, world's biggest gay ally. Clearly. Definitely. Love it. Jetstream Sam as a character is just bizarre. Most of Metal Gear Revengeance is just downright bizarre from the start to the wacky, weird end. But the idea that Jetstream Sam is just casually smiling upon gays, I love it. I live for it. It's very funny, and it's in character. Whiteout was a honeypot to catch bots, again with the, at best, very wibbly-wobbly claims of bots on r/place. I don't like critiquing the creators of icebergs, because I don't make all too many icebergs myself, I mostly just cover them. But I think that this creator's hyperfixation on bots that are at best dubious to claim are there, and at worst just downright lying, has definitely not been the biggest aid to this iceberg. It seemed, like I said, it is dubious at best. Were bots there all the time? You can say that, sure, but it's questionable. It's like me showing a grainy photograph of some dude in a monkey suit spreading his asshole for me and being like, my god, I found Bigfoot! It's just not that likely. Now, was the whiteout caused to catch bots? No, it was Reddit coming up with this cool, funky little way to end this cool, funky little thing. Were bots, if they were bot, which there is, as I've gone to study this iceberg, been revelations that some people did pay for bots, but it's not nearly as big as a problem as the OP of this iceberg makes it out to be. Was this a honeypot specifically to catch bots? If you want to believe that, you can, but it does not seem all that likely. Now, I am, before the final entry of this iceberg, going to go ahead and go into the comments and discuss some of the commenter-suggested entries, because icebergs have this big problem of someone makes it, and they're like, oh, it's done, take a look at this, and everyone is just like, volume warning.
Add more shit. I am not satisfied until this is 2,000 entries. Add it all.
I think it's very annoying. It is by far one of the worst trends on icebergs, especially because, as I understand it, there are only 3 content creators downright fucking insane enough to cover these absurdly long icebergs. Those 3 content creators being Wendigoon, my rival, my arch nemesis. I'm coming for you. You look like a Charlie or a Steven. I don't know your real name, but I'm gonna surpass you. I won't rest until I do. Just so you know, the whole Wendigoon thing is like, it's a joke. I just do it for the sarcasm of it. And also, Plagued Moth, I believe their channel is. I don't know for sure. I will double check on that and send a screenshot to my editor, so that way she can confirm as she puts this video together. And if I procrastinate that, Linthari, please annoy the hell out of me until I do. And lastly, yours truly, who simply decided he had not had enough with the true crime iceberg and is now tackling the mystery iceberg, which is a diabolical plan, but it is my plan nonetheless, which is also why icebergs as a whole died. Now that that whole thing is out of the way, we'll go ahead and go past the original poster explaining a lot of things. I think it is very cool that user The Julianic did create this and then actually dedicatedly explain a lot of things. very cool of them, as much as I did criticize them for the whole hyperfixation on the bots thing. First up, we have Where's the War of GameStop.com versus GameStop.com. Now, this was an ongoing battle that I may or may not have been a bad actor in, where some people wanted GameStop.com while shilling for the stock that just will not die. Other people wanted GameStop.com. Obviously, GameStop.com should have been there. It's far funnier. There's also someone asking for explanations, because there is a lot of that. Another antidote is the failed map flag. At the Yume Nikki section, they're trying to build Urotsuki, the protagonist of Yume Tsuki. Who the fuck was responsible for that name? But there are some users making the map flag trying to cover up Urotsuki. Thankfully, they failed. What is a map? If you don't know, you don't get to know, and be grateful that you don't. There is, of course, also people asking about the Nazi stuff far down in the depths. There's also people asking for confirmation on sources, which, believe it or not, there are none. There's also Cash Redditor in here with their anecdotal contribution. As someone who coordinated on a Discord server and a subreddit in conjunction with other people focused on making the US flag in r/place, will tell you it was so small because we constantly got invaded. Good. There's also someone asking if they made a video on this, would the original poster mind? Well, I'll tell you what, Exo Production, you're late to the fucking party. I made the video. My idea. Anyone who makes another video on this, I'm gonna copyright strike you. You're clearly stealing my creation. The /s should be very, very obvious. There's also Aphex Twink and Homo's Fuck might belong on it. Now, Aphex Twink is, I think, an Apex thing. I didn't see that one live. But I did see Homo's Fuck live, which was people trolling the Homestuck community by fucking around with the, I said again, god damn it, with the shit that is the shit, the Homestuck community. They went to bed and people were like, Homo's Fuck. Now, there's another person saying r/place existed to push nationalist and corporate propaganda all while harvesting user data? That's just another day on Reddit. Correct. Also very far down in here, which I've been trying to find, is an argument. And where would you put r/Radiohead place penis? I was a proud contributor. That's a highly specific community. There's Israeli Mega Man, fake countries and flags, all kinds of stuff. I'm really trying to find the original poster arguing with someone about a very... There it is! A good bottom tier would be XQC plural phobia after the stuff he did and said during his tirade against Ludwig's Kirby, namely giving an incredibly rude speech literally around the same time he voided almost all of r/plural's emblem while making the tendril after his 2B ass failed. The original poster obviously asks, what the fuck is plural phobia? To which Camwood7 says bigotry directed at plural systems, and XQC ended up timing a particularly bad speech around the time he had the void tendril take out almost all of r/plural's emblem. The Julianic then responds, pretty Sigma if you ask me, I don't know and I don't give a shit. Solid response. Honestly, what the hell is r/plural? We're about to fall down that rabbit hole. Subreddit for those who fall under the plurality umbrella and those interested in learning about plurality. If you want to live a healthy plural life, whether you've got... It's a dissociative identity disorder subreddit. I'm not going to touch on that. I don't think I'm quite qualified. I have heard some very intriguing stories in my life about systems and people with dissociative identity disorder, and I think that that is a job for a licensed psychologist, not a YouTube man sitting in the funky, squeaky chair that maketh the noise. And with that, we're done! We're going on to the last entry. Only 16 non-bot pixels on the final canvas. This has to be a shitpost. There is no way someone unironically wrote that and believed it. Very good trolling, though. This entry, you're never gonna guess my next words. Speculates. You know what phrase I'm gonna throw around next? Yeah, it's possible, but it's not very likely. Oh my fucking god. Volume warning.
How predictable!
Anyway, there was a lot more than 16 non-bot pixels on the final canvas. The OP's just doing the funnies, the posting, the trolling. And with that, we're done.
And with that, that's another iceberg out of the way. I've gone pretty insano style with the production of these videos recently. This should be the 4th one in 2 weeks, so thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, if you made it this far and you are new here, go ahead and just subscribe. It's completely free. It helps me pursue my dream of being a professional YouTuber. I am, at the time of recording, so close to 1,000 that I can taste it. It is within licking distance. I can just stick my tongue out at it and poke it. And you could be one of the last ones here before 1,000. At the time of recording, there's only 13 left, and then that's it. I've done it, which is incredible to think. But yeah, thank you for watching, whether you're new here and just subscribed, or whether you've decided you're not going to do that, or whether you're an old subscriber who's been sticking around for the ride ever since. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Also, big thanks to my editor for putting this whole thing together. Big thanks to me for recording this over the span of 4 hours. It's got to be a record. I am a madman for that. Unstoppable, even. And most of all, big thanks to my 3 patrons, David Height, That's Insane Henry, and AJ. It is with your guys' help that I keep my cool gamer lights on, and that I'm able to do cool things. I know how to speak, I promise. That I know how to do cool things like, listen, it's 3 a.m. It is with your guys' help that I can do things like eat and do this. So if you have the cash and you'd like to join the Patreon, it's always down in the description. If not, go ahead and just like the video, comment, share it if you'd like. You guys watching really means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. And now I'm just gonna stop talking, because I have yet another video to make. The grind set rests for none, baby. Thank you so much, and until next time, have a great time. Memento Mori.